As true Poke nerds, we travel far and wide in search of the rarest Pokemon relics. And then we bring them home and dedicate an entire room in our house to them. Wait, you guys don't do that? Oh well, maybe it's just me, but throughout all of my years of Poke pillaging, I have discovered some pretty rare cards. But alas, I have failed, for I have never discovered the rarest of them all. I also just realized that my other mic was not plugged in. It's like I'm just an all-around failure. Now, I of course wanted to figure out what the rarest Pokemon card of all time was. So naturally, I don't have anything better to do than spend hours upon hours researching the rarest cards that the Pokemon world has ever seen. And so today I present to you the top 10 rarest Pokemon cards of all time. And just so you know, if you have any of these cards, I hate you. Number 10, Espeon Gold Star. That's pretty slick. Now, Gold Star cards are rare in themselves, but Espeon is considered to be the most rare of them all. And that is primarily because it was released with the Pop Series 5 set, which was the only Pop Series set that contained Gold Star cards. This set contains 17 cards in total, including Espeon and Umbreon Gold Star. And because the packs for Pop Series sets are far less common than regular booster packs, these cards are very hard to come by. And it would appear as though the Japanese version of this Espeon card is worth even more than the English version. How is this, you say? Well, between 2005 and 2006, the Daisuke Pokemon Fan Club held a promotional event where members could earn points doing various activities to do with the Pokemon card game, and once members reached 50,000 play points, they were awarded one of these Espeon Gold Stars. You can pick yourself up a PSA graded Espeon Gold Star for about $700. As for the Japanese version, there's a lot less information on it, but it appears that it's going for sale along with the Umbreon Gold Star for about $8,800 with free shipping. Number 9. Oh god! Base set Pikachu. Misprint. Now I know what you're thinking. Daddy, Red Cheek Pikachu is so common, you don't even know what you're talking about. Now you just wait. I was unaware that Pokemon flubbed up so many of the base set Pikachu cards. We actually have two different cards, I just kind of paired them together. They are totally different misprints, but misprints nonetheless. So the first one is the Pikachu First Edition base set edition? Nobody knows how to pronounce it because it's not a real word, but during the production of the First Edition Shadowless base set, some of the Pikachus did not quite receive all of the First Edition stamp. I don't know what happened, maybe it ran out of ink, maybe Pikachu just ain't with it, but either way it only got a few faint letters written in the corner. And some people even call this odd misprint the Ghost Pikachu or Phantom Pikachu because of the ghost-like qualities of the edition symbol. And like I said, Pokemon just can't keep the Pikachu cards consistent. Like I said earlier, the Red Cheek Pikachu is a fairly common misprint card, but in 1999 there was a very limited run of the Red Cheeks Error Pikachu for the E3 promo. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I didn't even know E3 did E3 things in 1999, but apparently they did, and apparently they gave out promo Pokemon cards, a very limited amount of which had the Red Cheek Pikachu misprint. And this was also a shadowless card, so it just, I guess Wizards of the Coast when they were starting out, they just didn't quite know how to do the thing with the Pikachu. It's okay, I mean, Pikachus are supposed to have red cheeks anyway. Pokemon, why you hating? Number 8, Trade Please. Hey. Now, this one is a bit obscure. If this card does not give you the heebie-jeebies, then I don't know what would. The Trade Please Japanese promo is actually an unnumbered promo card that was from a campaign in Japan that ran between February 10th through July 31st, 1998. Essentially, participants had to mail in 2 Pokemon cards along with the flyer for this campaign, and in return, they would receive a Trade Please promo and either a Charizard, Blastoise, or Venusaur promo card. Now, this Trade Please promo gets even weirder because the back of this card is actually holographic. This card is just all sorts of weird, and I'm all for getting weird in the least weird way possible. I said that weird. Either way, I would not want to be getting weird with either of those people on this card artwork. At number 7, we have Corp. We have the Magikarp Tamamushi University Prize promo in Japanese. This Magikarp card is the coolest carp around. There are estimated to be only 30 to 100 of this card in existence. Now, the story behind this super special Japanese promo is that it was a prize through the Tamamushi University Hyper Test, which was a campaign held in June of 1998. Participants first had to complete a form and a series of tests. I hate tests. Even Pokemon Masters gotta do well in school, kids. So those who passed this test were invited to a 2-day Pokemon conference that consisted of loads of battles, but they battled it out on the first day, and those top players qualified for the second day. On the second day, day, they did even more battles with those top players from each of the categories, and if contestants won a battle during the course of the day, they were awarded this Magikarp card at the end of the conference. So that sounds exceptionally strenuous. I can't even imagine what they're doing over there in Japan. Either way, I'd say that their hard work paid off because this Magikarp card is coming in at a whopping $2,100. Now coming in at number 6, we got even more Pikachu, so feast your eyes on the Pokemon Center 20th Anniversary 24 karat pure gold Pikachu card. What? I know, bro. 24 karat pure gold, you say? I say screw the jewelry, give me a pure gold Pokemon card. This promo card was only available through pre-sale from October 19th until November 7th of 2016. And at the time, the price tag for this bad boy was $2,000. So this Pokemon card is a replica of the 1996 Pikachu and comes in a fancy frame that commemorates the Pokemon 20th anniversary. Now, because there was both a very short window to pre-order this and because the ticket price was so high, there were a very limited amount of these actually produced. I mean, if I was sitting here contemplating whether or not to buy a $2,000 Pokemon card, I would be definitely concerned with my life choices. But if you had no self-control and bought one anyway, well, then you really lucked out because this Pikachu card is selling for upwards of $10,000. Who in the is buying these cards? Alright, get ready, because we're going to the beach. Wait a minute, these aren't my sunglasses. Oh well, close enough. Coming in at number 5 is the Tropical Mega Battle Cards. Has anybody seen my inhaler? These old school Japanese promos just show no mercy. The Tropical Mega Battle Cards were actually prizes for a elementary school Pokemon card competition. Children up to the 3rd grade could enter this competition, and the winners received these super cool promo cards. Due to the age of the participants in this contest, it's rumored that there are very few of this card that still exist. And I mean, if they do, you know, finding one that hasn't been through the washing machine would be a feat in itself. So this card is estimated to be valued between $5,000 and $10,000. And I know that's a large gap, but once again, Lil Johnny's probably got one that's covered in boogers. So if you want a mint condition one, you're probably gonna have to pay a little extra something. Now this one is guaranteed to set your collection ablaze. Yeah, man. So claiming the number 4 spot is the German Growlithe misprint. Why you do this, man? This one is actually my personal favorite on this list, primarily because, as a lot of you know, I am obsessed with Growlithe. So once again, another old school card here. Wizards of the Coast just can't get their stuff together. During the production of some of the German base set Pokemon cards, some of them were accidentally printed using Magic the Gathering cardstock. And I know what you're thinking, Danny, that card looks totally fine. What's with the misprint? Well, I'm glad you asked, because while the front of the card was printed perfectly, the other side of the card features the back of the Magic the Gathering cards. Wizards of the Coast, how you do this? I don't know who mixed it up, but I think that's hilarious. Now, for this one, I legit could not find a price for this. Seems like everyone who owns one really just wants it in their own personal collection, and I can definitely see why. This card is exceptionally rare in itself. There were only a few of them printed. I don't know if anybody knows an exact number, but if I had this one in my collection, it would definitely be considered priceless. Number 3, the infamous first edition base set Charizard. I know you guys saw this one coming from a mile away, but this Pokemon card still holds its value, even after like 20 years or whatever, like Jesus. Now, if you happen to stumble upon a PSA 10 Gem Mint first edition Shadowless card, you can expect that boy to be sent out between $15,000 and $25,000. Now, I will say that getting a first edition Shadowless Charizard is absolutely rare in itself, but getting your hands on a Gem Mint one, well, good luck. Even if these cards come fresh out of the pack, because they are so old, a lot of the time they are not Gem Mint 10. And they come with a little bit of edgeware. I mean, they've been in the pack for like 20 years, man. What do you expect? Either way, this Charizard card does not disappoint on either the nostalgia or the value factor, and that is why it is one of the most rare Pokemon cards of all time. Kicking it old school once again, at number 2 we have Prerelease Raichu. Now, you may be asking yourself, okay, what makes a pre-release promo card so rare? Right, there's lots of people that go to these pre-releases, they send out a ton of promo cards. What's the big deal? Well, these Raichu pre-release promos were never meant to happen. During the production of the Jungle pre-release Clefable promo, somehow base set Raichu slipped through the cracks and was accidentally stamped with the pre-release promo mark. Like I said, this was a total fluke, so these extra cards were actually just given to employees at Wizards of the Coast. And what's even weirder about this story is that we didn't even know that this Raichu card existed until 2006 when a former Wizards of the Coast employee came forward and shed some light on this obscure mishap. So this card is without a doubt the most valuable and the most rare pre-release promo card to ever have happened ever. And it is rumored that there are only 8 to 10 of them in existence. As for the price, it's hard to say because no one is selling them. But word on the street is if you want to get your hands on this card, it's going to cost you more than $10,000. Alright, the moment you've all been waiting for. It is time to unveil the rarest Pokemon card of all time. You guys, there's been some crazy contenders on this list. This is an absolutely amazing list of Pokemon cards, and if any of you owned any of these, I would be absolutely jealous. But if you had this card, I would probably poop my pants and then maybe go put it on your front porch or something, I don't know. So coming in at number 1 is the original Pokemon Illustrator. All hail the Grand Poobah of Pokemon cards. This Pokemon Illustrator card is as rare as they come. So the concept behind Illustrator cards is that people submit their art for a contest, and in return the contest winners get not only their artwork featured on a Pokemon card, but they get the Pokemon card itself. Now, that doesn't sound impressive enough to be the most rare Pokemon card of all time, but it could be if you knew that only 39 copies of this card were ever distributed. And because it is so old, we have no idea how many of this card are still in circulation. This card has proven to be the most valuable card in Pokemon history, selling in auctions for between $20,000 and $50,000. Alright, so should I buy a brand new car or this Pokemon card? I think I'll take the Pokemon card. This card is absolutely insane, so if you were lucky enough and skilled enough to have your submission chosen for this competition, let's just put it this way, you came home with a little bit more than just bragging rights. Alright y'all, that's it. We done did it. That was the top 10 rarest Pokemon cards of all time. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, of course, don't forget to drop a like and feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of the video. You know, do you think I should have added some other Pokemon? Do you think some Pokemon shouldn't have been on the list? I know you guys know a thing or two about Pokemon, so definitely let me know. And I also created a blog post, kind of like article style, to complement this video. It's on the blog on our website, Super Duper TCG, so if you guys want to check it out, I'll have it linked in the description. It's just got a lot more information on each of the cards, which is pretty crazy, right, bro? But if you're also looking to purchase any kind of Pokemon singles, TCGO codes, bulk cards, etc., etc., feel free to check out Super Duper TCG as well. And while we may not have the top 10 rarest Pokemon cards in the world, I think we got some pretty good stuff. Alright, that's it. We out, cuz. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye! Yeet, yeet, yeet.